Hello. This video will be a supplement to the post I'm about to put up, blah blah blah. So, it's just kind of looking at the personality page description of what an INFJ is, or who an INFJ is, and I'm just talking about how that relates to me personally. So, it says INFJs are gentle, caring, complex, and highly intuitive individuals, artistic and creative. They live in a world of hidden meaning and possibilities, blah blah. I'd say that's true for me. I mean, I'm definitely not always gentle, but I try to be. I consider people's feelings before doing anything that I do. And I am very intuitive about other people and other situations. And I do see the world as being a place where there's always something hidden, something mysterious that I really want to know. Like there's some kind of secret everywhere that I personally feel like I can uncover, and I feel driven to uncover the secret, but I don't really know what it is specifically that I'm trying to find. I just know that I want to. I want to know what's out there. I want to understand everything. That's like the biggest goal, the biggest thing that drives me is the search to understand everything as much as I can. To understand how people interact together and how everything works together to make a cohesive kind of way of life. I don't know how to really explain it. I'm just always looking for understanding. And so, and I guess that goes along with how it says INFJs place great importance on having things orderly and systematic in their outer world. I do have a specific system for everything, for getting everything done. Specific places where things have to go. I mean, I get messy. Like, my desktop, for my own personal use, is always messy. When I work somewhere, like, I worked in an accounting office once and had my own cubicle, and the desk that I had was always extremely very neat because that is my workplace. And so I feel like it has to be really neat. But, like, at home, my desk top is just piled with stuff. But, like, inside, I have specific little compartments and little baskets to organize all of my desk supplies. And so I think that kind of represents INFJs as a whole, too, because, we're very, I think we're neater on the outside. So it's like the reverse of my desk. We're a little neater on the outside and seem very orderly and quiet and reserved. And we are reserved. Well, I am sometimes, not all the time. But inside, I am a mess. Like, not necessarily in a bad way, just I'm always thinking of a million things at a time, and I can't separate all of it. So, I mean, you can tell right now because I'm basically just rambling right now. But, like, it'll go, if I'm talking with someone, and what can we be talking about? Ukulele, because there's one in here. We'll be talking about ukuleles and just saying, which artists play a ukulele. And so I'll start thinking about artists that play a ukulele. I'll go, okay, Ingrid Michaelson plays a ukulele, and that makes me think of Winter Song, which he sang with Sarah Bareilles, and it's a very sad song in a way. And I like Winter because winter is just, and I feel the most alive whenever it's winter because everything is so cold, but I'm not. And I can breathe easier, and I can never breathe in the summer because it's just too humid here and everything just feels too oppressive, and I hate feelings of oppression, and that makes me think about how I hate oppression against people because I think that everyone should have like the right to be whoever they want to be. So you see how that kind of random. That's what I do. I draw these connections from a million different places, and that's what I'm constantly thinking. It took longer since I'm speaking, but if I'm not speaking and I'm just thinking, like, these are flash thoughts that I have that I can't even keep track of. So I don't even know where I left off on this thing because I just went to a million different places. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, it kind of works. It says INFJs operate within themselves on an intuitive basis, which is entirely spontaneous. And spontaneous is really the only way that connects. But anyway, I do know things intuitively. I can't always explain it. I mean, it doesn't mean that I'm never logical or orderly in the way I think of things, because I do take time to process things out. And I do think about the bigger picture, how my actions and my decisions will affect things later. But my initial reaction to things is always based on an intuitive basis. Blech. But I'll just know something and I'll feel it. Like, I'll meet someone and within a minute of hearing the person speak, and even if I'm not directly speaking with this person, I will know if this is someone that I can get along with on more than just an acquaintance level. I'll know if it's someone that I can trust. And if it's someone I can trust, I consider them a friend already. So that's kind of a problem because, first of all, it's a little creepy because I'll automatically be thinking of this person as my new best friend to be, and they're thinking of me as girl who is telling me too much about her life right now. Which is weird because as an INFJ, I am more reserved and I'm very hesitant in telling more about myself. But because of that intuition, I know if someone is a person that I can tell things to. I mean, I don't go all crazy and tell everything about my life right away, but I am more open to people that I've just met if I have that feeling that I can trust this person. So it's a lot easier to get my trust. No, it's a lot easier to lose my trust than it is to get it, even though that's not what it sounded like before. I so confusing. If I'm going to trust you, you'll get my trust right away. Because I know that I can trust you. But not many people get that. So if I share things about myself easily, that means that you're someone I consider a friend already. But it's a lot easier to lose my trust because if my intuition was wrong, which doesn't necessarily mean that I was wrong, just that, things happen. People make mistakes. People say things that they probably shouldn't. So if I confided in someone and I feel like I was betrayed, it is very, very hard to get my trust back. I mean, if you're someone that means a lot to me, I'm usually very forgiving, but it's hard for me to forget things that have upset me. Blah, 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 blah. I think all of these blogs are going to be me trailing off a lot onto different things. So, yeah, I do put a lot of faith into my instincts because, especially when dealing with people, I can tell if you're a liar. I know when people are lying to me, I'd say like 95% of the time. I can tell. And I usually don't call people out on it because I know they must have had a reason for lying to me. But I'll always remember that they lied to me. And that's kind of an ISFJ sort of thing. So, I mean, I won't always remember if you lied to me, but it's more likely that I will remember it in some way, depending on the situation. My brain is just weird. So, yeah, I get feelings about things and intuitively understand it, blah blah. INFJs report experiences of a psychic nature. I will say that is true about my mom. I will sometimes just feel angry for no reason. Haven't talked to her at all during the day, but I feel angry. And then, I'll text her or call her, and she'll be angry too. So, I mean, that could just be a coincidence. I don't know, but it seems to always happen with her. And she is the person that I think I have the closest understanding of each other kind of relationship with. So, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's psychic though. But I don't really, it says that they don't really understand their intuition. I don't. I just see things and understand them. I think a lot of it has to do with I'm quick on picking up body language because the way that the NF work together, it's easy for me to understand the way that people function just by observing them, and I don't even consciously realize that I'm doing it. But I'll see someone who I'll recognize the move of someone's mouth whenever they're feeling a certain way, and it'll be specific to that person, and I'll pick up on it the first 2 times that I see it, and I'll remember that I had seen it one time before when they were in a similar mood. So I think a lot of it is just, I have extreme empathy in a way. I can feel what other people are feeling just because that intuition feeling thing, I just observe it. It's all just observation, but unconscious. So, blah blah blah. I'm not too sensitive to conflict. I mean, I can tolerate it pretty well. When I was younger, I'd say that I couldn't. I did a lot of running away from problems instead of facing them. And that's something that I regret now. But I've gotten past that, and now I work through things whenever there's a problem, so I'm okay with conflict, I think. I mean, I still have, I don't know, sorry. Sleepy. I still don't like conflict, but I don't run away from it. And I guess when I do face conflict, I do cry. I don't mean to, but if I'm angry, I cry. And it's really unfortunate because when you're angry, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm really mad at you. You want to be able to face the person and work through that so that you're not angry anymore. But instead, I cry. And not in a baby way. It's usually like, I'm not crying, which is really cute. So, I wouldn't say I trust my instincts above all else. And I do weigh my instincts as being, big deciding factors in what I do, but it's not the only deciding factor. And I think, I have a balance between my thinking and feeling for most of the part. I mean, my initial reaction is very feeling oriented, but I'm also able to kind of step back from my own feelings and analyze everything about a situation before making a decision. But I would say that I probably do weigh my feelings a little more than logic. So